Hi, this is Ian Parker Moore here. I'm a photographer in Manchester, UK. I've been taking photographs since the 1980s. For the past 4 years, I've actually been putting some of my work into a review of the year. My latest one has just arrived. It's my photographic review of 2023. So in this, I actually detail a lot of the stuff that I've actually been photographing in the last 12 months. So I just thought it would be a nice idea for me to show what I've done in the year, and it might actually give other people ideas about what to do with all their photographs. Um, because I think a lot of photographers will go out, they'll take time taking photographs, but then don't do anything with it. So I think this is just a really good idea. So I thought I would just show you some of the things that I do. Well, for the past 5 years, I've been, sorry, involved in a international group on Facebook. It's called IASPG. It's a group that's been going for 5 years. It is a group on street photography, and it actually has got 64,000 members now. So it's going pretty well. Um, People will upload their photographs. So we have competitions every 3 months. We run a masters competition, and interview the winners and we display their work. I've also run a learning group called Streetwise, and that is where we invite people who are beginners into street, and we set them assignments to do, and then we discuss the work that they produce, and the hope is that they listen to the feedback and they go out there and they improve their work. That's been going on for a year now, so that's coming on pretty well as well. So also, I don't only do street photography, I also photograph football. So earlier this year, I continued my work with Cheadle Stingers, which is a ladies group just down the road from me. They're doing pretty well at the moment. They're top of their group. I've been with them for 2 years, and I've taken some very good photographs of them. Football photographs is very different from street. You need a different set of skills. It's about anticipation, and the settings are all very different, etc. So it's actually quite difficult to get good pictures, but it helps if you've got good cameras. However, earlier this year, myself and Cheadle sort of parted ways, and I now actually photograph three teams. I've got Broadheath Central FC. I also photograph Wythenshawe AFC, and also Manchester University. So I'm keeping myself pretty busy with that, and I've actually got a few pictures of all the teams that I follow in this book. So I find it very interesting. It gives me something different to do. It keeps me going. It gets me out on those cold winter days, and quite often I've been totally drenched to the skin. But it is quite an enjoyable experience most of the time. I've also this year photographed one or two matches of hockey as well, which is completely different. That's with Manchester team, hockey team. So I've done a couple of sessions with them. It just gives me a different uh, um, collection of photographs, and which I'm also enjoying. So earlier this year, in Manchester, January, we had Chinese New Year. So that's the first time I've actually been to that, and I got some really great pictures from there. That's one of them. So that worked out very well. I've also, for the last couple of years, I've been going to Comic Con. So there's been one in Liverpool, Buxton, Manchester, Northwich. So I've gone to all those. It's great if you like taking pictures of people, because the people who dress up here really want their photographs taken, and they're there to get exposure. They're there to be noticed. And actually, some of them feel quite offended if you don't take the picture. When I went to my first one in Northwich, I was taking this one person, and by the time I finished, there was another 8 people lined up ready for me to take their picture. So I thought, okay, why not? So I did. So that was a little bit interesting. So yeah, I've done that. I'm not sure whether I should admit this, but we actually went to the Coronation Street tour as well, which is actually in Manchester. For those of you who don't know, Coronation Street has been on the telly now for about, I don't know, 60 years, I think. It's something that I've been brought up with. My parents really loved watching it, and it's one of the only soaps that I do actually watch. So we went on the tour. We looked at some of the scenes and the shops and buildings that they actually used. And it was actually quite an interesting tour. Um, so it's just something a little bit different. For the last couple of years, I've actually started going to countries just to do street photography. So last year I went to Venice for 4 days. This year we went somewhere different, and we actually went to Amsterdam, which is the home of wacky backy tulips and push bikes. I think when you go to Amsterdam, you've got to be prepared to take your life in your hands, because those push bikes are everywhere. They're not only kings of the road, they're actually kings of the pavement and also the bicycle lanes. You're not really safe in any of them, and they feel they actually own the road. So just be wary of them. We almost got knocked over 2 or 3 times. But other than that, we really had a good time in Amsterdam. I took some good street photographs. So I look forward to my next one. Also this year, I actually continued a project I started last year of actually going to all the major towns and cities within a 2-hour drive of Manchester. Why I started doing that is because I go to Manchester twice a week. I wanted somewhere different to actually go and photograph. I think when you go to a new place, your eyes sort of get wide when you actually get to these places, and you see things that sometimes you miss when you actually go to the same place again and again and again. So I've been to Birmingham a couple of times. That's like an hour and a half on the train. We've been to Nottingham. We've been to Bury and Blackburn and all those places, and I thoroughly enjoyed it. It's places that I hadn't been up to now, and certainly not with the street photographer's eye. And I thoroughly enjoyed it. I enjoyed getting it out and about. It's good fun. Brings me lots of photographs as well. One of my favourite festivals or places to go to for photography is Whitby up north. It's about two and a half hour drive. and I tend to go for the Goth Festival, which is held twice a year, March, April, and then November. It is absolutely fantastic for people pictures. You get some really interesting people going to these places, and actually they're very nice people. They're easy to talk to. They like chatting about their lifestyle, and I found it really great stuff. And I'm intending to go next year as well. It's one of the first dates on my calendar. So this is one of the images that I got, and you just get so many. I think in the first hour I got there, I must have got about 50 pictures. So yeah, it's a really good session. I tend to stay over night, so I tend to go Friday and stay over Friday night, and then spend all day Saturday. I get up at 7 o'clock in the morning and go and have some breakfast, and then I spend my whole day till about 5 o'clock just wandering around Whitby taking pictures. As I said, it's great. If you've not been, you don't know what you're missing. It's a great session. I really love it. Then in June, we fulfilled one of our bucket trips. We went to Japan. I love going to places where the culture is very different from ours, and I really love Japan. I think the two things I wanted to get on photographs were all the neon lights that you see on telly, and also the geisha girls. I was intrigued to see them and to see them in their traditional dress. And I managed to get both. We didn't get the geisha girls until the very last day, so I thought I was gonna miss it, but I did manage to get it. And we got some great photographs there. Whereas Amsterdam is all about push bikes and e-bikes, Japan it's actually overrun by zebra crossings. It has some very famous zebra crossings in Japan. So yeah, that was quite interesting. And the nightlife is absolutely fantastic. So I really loved Japan, and I'd love to go back. I continued my trips around other cities. I went to Leicester and Nottingham, and for the first time, I actually went to Cardiff in July. In a couple of years ago, a couple of the members on the group that I run invited me down to Cardiff to take some street photographs. So I thought this year I'm going. So I did actually go. I booked a train. It's a 4-hour journey to Cardiff, so it's not just a short distance. It was actually quite an adventure. Instead of booking a hotel, I booked a hostel, which is actually completely different. That serves me right for booking it too quickly, doesn't it? It took me 3 hours to actually get into it, and then when I did get in, I was disappointed, I think, is certainly a understatement. The room, you couldn't swing a cat in it. The lock was falling off the door. There was no bathroom. The toilet was down the corridor. It's certainly not an experience I want to ever do again. But Cardiff itself, we had a great time. I met up with 3 members from IASPG, and we had a great time. And in between the showers, that was the other thing. When I got there, it was absolutely chucking it down, and I thought I'm going to get wet. And fortunately, it was only for the first 3 hours. Those 3 hours I was waiting outside, so I did get wet. But after that, it was actually good fun, and I really enjoyed it. So I would go down to Cardiff again. Actually, I did really enjoy that, and again, I got some great pictures. So yeah, I enjoyed that. That was great. August continued my trips around the towns and cities. This time we went to Bury, which was good. Got some good stranger portraits. That was good. Also, we went to Manchester Comic Con, which was interesting. We saw Batman and Robin uh, running running down, which was quite an odd sight, but enjoyed that. Um, then in September, I went to Blackpool Rebellion, which is like a punk festival. Again, that is actually a fantastic festival to go to if you like taking pictures of street. The characters are really colourful, really vibrant, and again, though I think when you first see them, they could be quite intimidating. But if you actually go up and talk to them and say hello, they're just like normal people. They're just like wearing strange clothes and strange hairstyles, but they were really nice people. We really enjoyed it, and that's going to be on my calendar for 2024. Also, for the first time, I went to Lytham's 1940s weekend, which is where all the people there get dressed up in 1940s gear. Some pictures there. There's loads of old vehicles there. There's war. There's tanks and trucks and all those sorts of things. A couple of planes were there as well from the war. And again, it was very interesting. I spent about 4, 5, 6 enjoyable hours there, and then went into Blackpool afterwards, which is just up the road. So again, that was a really good day. Then we come to August and Manchester Pride. Manchester Pride is one of the festivals that is also first on my list to go. It is so colourful and the characters are so enigmatic, and again, they're sort of really lovely people, and they love their pictures being taken, and that's all we want, you know. Us photographers, street photographers, like taking pictures of people, and that was really good. I really enjoyed that. Liverpool is just down the road, so I tend to go in there maybe once or twice a year. This time I went with another street tog called Steve Price. We went round together. We actually got on the bus for the first time and travelled down to Liverpool, about an hour and a half trip. So we got some good pictures there, and that was another day. And then most of this book, I think, is about Manchester. As I said, I've been about 70 times. I tend to go twice a week. I look for pictures of interesting people. The trams are always very interesting. I try to get 1 or 2 good pictures of trams while I'm there. I think that's an iconic site of Manchester is the trams. You know, they're great. The street art is also very interesting in Manchester. The buildings, some of them are quite iconic. I love going into Manchester and looking around what's around the next corner. And on one occasion, we actually bumped into England's UK basketball team, or netball team, sorry, and we took that picture. So it's strange what you come up with when you just wander around Manchester. But again, you know, it is fantastic, and you just don't know what's around the corner. So as a street photographer, we like looking around corners because you just don't know what's there. Manchester is full of its characters, and certainly one of the characters is our very own Michael Jackson. he doesn't sound like Michael Jackson. He doesn't look like Michael Jackson, and he certainly doesn't dance like Michael Jackson. But he puts 100% energy into what he does, and I think that's what gets the crowds going. There's always crowds around him when he goes, and I say he's just one of the characters in Manchester, and you know he's certainly worth a few shots out of your camera when you go. But yeah, just walking around Manchester, you always see lots of sites. To say street art is round most corners in Manchester. So I love capturing those. And to say you never know quite what you're going to get. This is a picture of a guy carrying a cross, which was a little bit random, I thought. So that was interesting. Say the buildings, Media City is a good place to go to as well. It's got some interesting sites around there. There's a lot of people who do skateboarding. We've also got some park court runners in Manchester, which you can find now and again. People practicing their football skills in the middle of Manchester. That's also something you'll see. I say just so much to photograph in Manchester. So if you've if you've not been, it's certainly a place to come to. Then I sort of end up my year in October. We took a family holiday to Northumberland. I don't really do landscapes, etc., unless I just fall upon it, and that's just a couple of shots that I saw. It's a very colourful, picturesque place to go to, so we really enjoyed that. And the end of the year was another goth festival in Whitby. Some more great shots. I could do a whole book just on Whitby, I think, and maybe something for the future. And that's it, really. That's my year. I've taken about 30,000 photographs this year alone. I've really enjoyed it, and I'm really looking forward to next year, 2024. I'm going to continue going to the festivals. We've got another street venue going. We're going to go back to Venice, and this time I'm taking one or two members with me. So that's the first time I've done that. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to it. I hope you are. I look forward to seeing your pictures. If you've got any comments that you want to make, any questions you want to ask, please ask below, and I'll do my best to answer them. So thank you very much. It's been great sharing my year with you, and I look forward to seeing some of your pictures. Okay, cheers.